Welcome to Bias Bash. I'm Greg Jarrett. Well, the media is gearing up for tonight's State of the Union address. Some outlets already spinning President Obama's speech. Joining us now with analysis, Justin Duckham, who is a senior Washington correspondent at Talk Radio News Service. Welcome, Justin. So how are they spinning this thing?
I think it's kind of weird. We've seen for the past few months that the media is willing to jump on anything that even remotely smells like 2016. But for some reason, they're not calling this what it is, which is basically a campaign speech for whoever the Democratic nominee is going to be. I think we both know who that probably will end up being at the end of the day. But this is clearly a way to try to rally up Democratic support, to try to reach out to the base and not get anything done, considering that there's really nothing here that's aimed at trying to placate the new Republican majority. Yeah,
how do you draw that conclusion? Is it because you take one look at this stuff, especially, I don't know, $200 to $300 billion tax bill? I mean, this is dead on arrival in a Republican Congress, and in fact, I venture to say it would probably be DOA in a Democrat Congress.
Absolutely. I think if the president was still in the Senate and he had a Republican approach him with this kind of list, he would personally feel insulted. And that's sort of the sense that we're getting from Capitol Hill. These are things that are absolutely dead on arrival. Republicans did not take a lesson away from the midterm elections that suddenly they need to endorse tax cuts for the wealthy, or that they suddenly need to start supporting astronomically high social programs. That wasn't what they walked away with, and that's not something that's going to change just because the president gives a pretty speech.
You know, it wasn't that long ago that in a State of the Union address, the president vowed that he was going to commit the remainder of his presidency to fighting income inequality. Is that what this is? And he's just not using that term because he's determined it's pretty unpopular?
I think that's probably it at the end of the day. I think he's speaking to a very narrow audience, and those who are listening for that message are going to hear that message because that's what they're looking for. But either way, at the end of the day, this is not something that's aimed for the American people. This is something that's aimed at Democratic voters. That's the president's prerogative. He, of course, needs to support Hillary somehow, and Lord knows he's not going to be doing it with the legacy that he's probably going to leave behind, unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
But that's the message that we're going to get here, and it's odd that the media is not calling it out as what it is.
You know, just before the election, the last election, the midterms, president said his policies were on the ballot. And of course, the result was a resounding rejection. Does that essentially tell you that more than ever, President Obama has no mandate for what he's asking?
We have seen an increase in his popularity numbers. There's no denying that. But still, to try to say that this is a mandate for Obama in any way would be absolutely stretching it. And I think what we could really take away was that 2014 represented a huge push for a shift. And this is sort of like the president coming to Congress and saying, let me cut you a deal. I'm going to double down on what I'm doing, and you guys just follow me. And that's not how politics works, and it's just a little bit laughable.
Yeah, you mentioned his numbers. Ours at Fox News, our latest Fox News poll, has approval at a mere 42%, disapproval 52%. I think the other polls are more consistent with ours than that recent Washington Post poll. We'll leave it at that. Justin Duckham, good to see you, Justin. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Join us tonight for the Strategy Room special online coverage beginning at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Go to foxnews.com/SOTU. Hope to see you then. I'm Greg Jarrett. Thanks for watching.